so what's going on, guys? Make it with Droid Tech Reviews, and welcome back to another car video. So in today's video, we're going to be installing the RaceChip Ultimate Connect on the Scirocco. I know there's an older version, the new one is the GTS Black. Why did I choose RaceChip? And I know I've heard a lot of bad things or criticisms of the RaceChip, that it doesn't work. But the reason I chose RaceChip is because it's the safer option. Bear in mind, this car still has warranty for another couple of months, so I did not want to void the warranty yet. So that's the reason I chose RaceChip over many other remap companies, because I know, yes, remap definitely you can get a much better power output, but considering that the 1.4 engine is not as stable, so that's the reason why I decided to go with RaceChip. Yeah, it's a safer tune and it's probably a stage 1-ish tune. This car is pretty much stock except for the GRV diverter valve and the works intake. But other than that, the car is bone stock, so that's the way I want to keep it. So that's the reason why I chose RaceChip. So it's a plug and play system, so whenever I want to send it back for any warranty claims and stuff, I can actually just unplug the RaceChip and just basically send it back for warranty claim without any hassle. So there's something I do like about RaceChip, unlike a remap where you have to go and configure back the computer, and the computer will actually log how many times you've actually flashed the ECU. So there's a very high risk. Yeah, it's an old car, people say, oh yeah, it's almost out of warranty, why don't you just do it, right? Because anyway, you did your Civic like 1 year into the warranty and you already like tampered with the ECU and stuff like that. But yeah, this car is different because this car ECU is a bit more sensitive. I've experienced a couple issues with this ECU, so I'm playing it safe. Hopefully RaceChip doesn't give any issues with the ECU, but so far from what I've read, no issues except for the power output. People are actually saying it is not as good as a remap, which I can agree. Of course, it's a standard tune. It's just fooling the ECU into giving out more boost. So I hope everything goes well. I got this at a really good price. That's the reason I went with the Connect, because it has the app to actually configure and turn off RaceChip, everything remotely through your device, your phone. So that's something I really do like. So I'll be heading over to Everco now. Everco is one of the distributors for RaceChip, and they are my trusted shop for basically exhaust and stuff like that. I've used them for almost 10 years now. I've known the boss, Kingston, for almost 10 years now. Started off with my first car, modifying my exhaust there, doing their welding stuff. Is really, really good. Yeah, so let's head over there and I'll show you the chip when we get there. So alright guys, so we just pulled over to his shop in Sunway. So you can see his shop is actually right here, United Everco. So I'll be doing a time-lapse installation, and also the guys at RaceChip will be coming to actually get the chip updated with the latest firmware, so to make sure there are no issues. And then I will take you through the app and also how it works. So stay tuned. So we'll be doing a pull with RaceChip set to race mode. So you can see the road is clear, pretty much clear, so it's a safe road. This is a pretty deserted road, I should say, because it's like the backyard road. So okay, let's take it to the test. Let me give it gas. Alright guys, so it's the third day after I installed RaceChip, and I've been actually driving around and actually testing out and see whether there are any performance improvements. And I'll be showing you guys the app as well, because there's an app for the RaceChip Ultimate Connect. And I hope you guys could see the install process. Basically, I was plugging in a couple of sockets to different parts of the car, the camshaft sensor, the mass airflow sensor, and so on and so forth. So there are 3 different sockets to actually rewire sort of and plug in the harness. So the install process took around an hour, so I think Overall, the install process is pretty good, pretty smooth, because it's basically just a plug and play kind of thing. So after using it for the last couple of days, I felt there are performance improvements, especially in the high-end torque, high-end horsepower as well. It's not the 0 to 100 speed that I'm talking about. It's more like when you want to overtake another car, another driver, then you have an extra boost of power, which is very good. It's a very subtle improvement. It's not like a remap or something. A remap would definitely get you more power, even with a stage 1 tune. But this tune is very on the safe side, so to prevent the engine from giving any issues or any check lights. So as you can see, no check lights right there, except for the couple of sensors which I have to fix. So actually this car is not really in optimal running condition. I do have to fix my wheel speed sensors, but so far so good. The car has been running very well. To be honest, getting it for a very good price, I mean, you can get the RaceChip Ultimate brand new for less than 2,000 ringgit, and that is a very good deal, because considering that the actual price for the RaceChip Ultimate was above 4,000 ringgit at a quarter of a price. I mean, that is really good. It's a really good bargain. So that's the reason why personally I can recommend it. Of course, you're not going to be expecting too much. You have to lower your expectations when you are using a sort of a piggyback system. We don't expect like the G-force from a custom tune, so the G-force is different. But of course, this gearbox cannot handle too high torque. I heard it is rated at maximum of 250 Newton meters. So that's the reason why I chose RaceChip, because if you do a custom tune, definitely you can get much better improvement. But in terms of wear and tear, in terms of durability, that's something that you have to find out for yourself when you're using the tune. So this is more on the safe side, so that's the reason why I picked the RaceChip. Alright, so let me turn the camera around and I'll show you guys the app that goes with the RaceChip. Alright guys, so you can see I have downloaded the RaceChip app right here. So all you need to do is just click into the app and then you are connected. Of course, there are some steps when you are connecting the RaceChip to this app for the first time. So you do have to key in your serial number and then pair it with Bluetooth, and that's a pretty simple process. However, the first time when I did it, I found it was buggy because the app actually refused to connect with the RaceChip. But however, after doing it for a couple of times, I managed to connect and it didn't give me any issues after that. So it's always just enter the app and it connects automatically. Alright, so as you can see right here, there are 3 different modes: efficiency, sport and race. So each one gives you, supposedly gives you different performance gains. So the most conservative will be efficiency, and then sport will be in the middle, and then race will be maximum power up to 30%. So as that's their claims, of course. Till we do a dyno with the RaceChip, then we will see how much gains we have. So in the middle you have a power on and off button for the RaceChip itself. So if you click on it, it will actually deactivate RaceChip. It is good, especially if you're sending your car in for servicing. So you just turn the RaceChip off and you're good to go. There are also a couple of settings you can do. So at the tab right here, you can see you have a couple of options. You have my car, you have drive settings, you have settings, support and demo. So basically all you need to do is go into the settings, and then you can see a couple more options right here. Enable automatic updates. You can search for updates, you can restore previous data, you can activate service mode if you are sending in your car back to the manufacturer for servicing, and disable all Bluetooth connections. So you won't be really using all of these features except for an automatic update, so you must check that box. And then your car, so if you have a couple of cars, you can actually manage your serial numbers right here in the app itself. Only for the Connect series, of course. So you can see the specs of my car: VolksWagen 1.4 TSI Scirocco 3rd generation. You see 160 HP, 240 Newton meters of torque, and then the engine displacement as well. So you have to make sure that these variables are correct. This is actually a preset system, so you do not have to figure out what are all the options, I mean the specs of your engine. You just have to plug it in and it configures automatically. You can even set a picture for your car, which is cool. I haven't taken a picture of my car yet. Other than that, the drive settings, as what I said earlier, you can see searching for Bluetooth. You do have to make sure your ignition is on. So I do have my ignition on right here. So you do have to make sure that is on, and then the rest is very simple. And it saves your settings. So for example, if you're on race mode, as what I previously said, when you enter the app again, the next time you start your car, you'll still be in the same mode. So you do not have to worry about it switching around as compared to the RaceChip Ultimate without the Bluetooth app. So that one you do have to physically tamper with the module in order to get the max performance. But however, here it's all pre-programmed in the app itself. Alright, so that concludes the app side of things. So overall, can I recommend the RaceChip? I'm on the fence with this one because I've only used it for 3 days. I heard it takes some time for the ECU actually to learn up. But basically what RaceChip does is it fools the ECU into thinking that the parameters are lower than it actually is. So there's so much you can fool the ECU, because eventually the ECU will sort of realize what's going on. But that's the reason why the RaceChip is tuned on the safer side, because basically that's the max they can do unless you do a full ECU remap. So if you're thinking of doing like a downpipe or full exhaust system and you want to do more with your car, I think you should just go for a remap instead of RaceChip. But however, I do want to keep my car stock because I feel like this car is already at its maximum potential because it's a 1.4 engine. If I'm using the 2 liter or the R, I would definitely go for a remap. That's hands down, I'll go for a remap. I will not buy RaceChip. So this 1.4 engine is already at 240 Nm of torque at 1500 RPM, and if I push it any more than 250 Nm, I'm afraid the gearbox will give way. So this is a dry clutch gearbox, by the way, and I do not want to stress it out because I do have to fix the clutch already. So that's something you do have to bear in mind when buying a 1.4 liter Scirocco as well. So overall, I think RaceChip is on the safe side, and for the price you're getting it, if you get it second, it'll probably be below 1000 ringgit. If you do get to find one, I think it's a worth it buy, I should say. If you compare with retail price those days, yes, it's an older model compared to the RaceChip GTS, Black, and so on and so forth, but it does a job. And in the safe way, so it's not going to give your engine or gearbox any mishaps. Alright, so this concludes my video. If you did like it, do hit the thumbs up button. Also subscribe to this channel for more content just like this one. I'll be doing more things with my Scirocco, like the heat insulation, because you know it's a common problem with VolksWagen or Continental cars in general. So I'll be showing you guys a budget way of actually replacing the heat insulation in the engine bay. So yeah, that's a future video, but for now, thanks guys for watching. Hope you guys like it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.